Welcome to this Sloan C workshop on using, reusing, and sharing educational resources. This workshop is presented as part of the partnership between Sloan C and Merlot, the multimedia educational resource for learning and online teaching. Merlot is a consortium of higher education partners and members, a community of students, teachers, librarians, and anyone else interested in online teaching and learning. I'm Sorel Reisman, and I'll be your facilitator for this workshop. As the Managing Director of Merlot, I'm pleased to be able to work with you over the next week, especially as part of Merlot's partnership with Sloan C. Just to provide you with a little background about myself, I've been involved with educational technology in one way or another since I saw my first computer-assisted instruction course when I was working at General Electric, just after I got my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Rather than divulging when that was, let me just tell you that the interactive device that I used at the time was an ASR 33 teletype terminal. After my brief career as an electrical engineer, I returned to school for an MA and PhD in what today is called educational technology. I had a variety of industry positions related to technology and education before returning to academia, where I eventually was tenured and promoted to full professor of information systems at California State University, Fullerton. In my academic career at Cal State Fullerton, I founded the first multimedia instruction lab, and as academic technology coordinator for the university, helped found our first faculty development center. More than 10 years ago, I became the director of system-wide academic technology services for the CSU Chancellor's Office, and about 8 years ago took full-time leave from Fullerton to become the managing director of Merlot. Throughout this workshop, you will be interacting with me, but you will also be hearing a series of mini-lectures prepared and presented by Phil Moss. Phil has had a distinguished career in educational technology and now serves as Director of Educational Partnerships and Planning for Merlot. Despite the heavy presence of Merlot staff in this workshop, I will make every attempt as we go through the week not to present a lopsided Merlot-centric perspective on the subject of openness. I will, however, from time to time, refer to Merlot activities related to the subject of openness, but in the spirit of full disclosure, because I think that Merlot is the leading example of an open tool for finding and using open education resources, I intend to use Merlot as the basis for this workshop's key learning assignment, but more about that later. Open Education Resources, or OER, have been defined by UNESCO as digitized materials offered freely and openly for educators, students, and self-learners to use and reuse for teaching, learning, and research. The workshop sessions and topics will provide an introduction to OER issues, including where to find them, quality assurance, licensing, and use. I will share my perspectives on how OER repositories, referatories, and consortia have been organized to help teachers and learners find, adapt, and incorporate OER into their teaching and learning experience. Here are the specific objectives of this workshop. When you have completed the workshop, you will be able to define open educational resources and understand issues related to them. You'll be able to identify and compare organizations that support collections and repositories of OER. you'll be able to demonstrate or describe how to find and use OER. You'll be able to describe standards and quality assurance mechanisms related to OER. And you'll be able to find and use OER to lower the cost of instruction and learning for both teachers and students. The workshop has been organized into 5 sessions, each relating to the objectives that I have described. Prior to each of the dates for each of the topics shown on the website, please be sure to examine, read, and view all the materials listed for the session topic. Also, many of you have had prior experience with OER, experience that all of us can benefit from. I encourage you to engage with me and with your colleagues in this workshop in the discussion forums provided for each section. I've designed a real-life assignment to allow you each to demonstrate your mastery of the content of the workshop. You aren't expected to do this assignment until after later in the week, but I'm showing it to you now, and I'm showing you the grading rubric I'll use to evaluate your mastery of the concepts in the workshop. So while you should think about the assignment as you work through the sessions, I suggest that you don't do the assignment until later. You can email me at any time using this email address. Please use the words Sloan OER Workshop in the subject of any email that you send me so that I can be sure to see your emails and sort them quickly from the dozens that I get every day. I will try to reply to your correspondence within 2 to 3 hours of my receiving your email. So for now, I hope that this is an enjoyable experience for you, that you come away from the week with an appreciation of OER and also with the desire and ability to incorporate open educational resources into a broad spectrum of your professional activities.